I'll just take a minute to 3 minutes maybe. Yeah, I thought I would say something because you requested that we should speak about Rahul's contribution to Dravidian linguistics. Rahul's primary interest in recent years lay in semantics. But he was not limited to any one subfield of linguistics, and indeed he was not limited to Dravidian linguistics at all. I don't think of him as a Dravidian linguist. What he exemplified for me was the dictum of the early Chomsky, that deep exploration of a language that one knew as an almost ideal native speaker hearer could throw more light on the faculty of language than a superficial collection of so-called facts. So he did path-breaking work in Dravidian, but that was a contribution to linguistics in India and linguistics in general. So the work that he did that was close to my interests, I'll just mention only that bit. He worked on the question of adjectives in Telugu, bringing in Frances and Kuhn's carboarding to bear on property concepts in Telugu, and this was published in the 2015 Indian Linguistics Journal. I think it was.
Tanmoy was the editor.
Yeah, Tanmoy was the editor, and it was earlier 2014 Globe presentation, if I'm not mistaken. He explored the light verb in Telugu in Jillian Ramchand's first phase syntax framework, and that was published in 2018, I think. And most significantly, he explored the so-called adjective forming ga, this morpheme in Telugu, which has its counterparts in Kannada agi and Tamil Malayalam a and I. Now, these are neglected bits of our languages because they don't fit in easily into any current syntactic theorization in any case. So also the particle O, again central to all the Dravidian languages and a very versatile particle. I think it figured in your article. Yeah. So these are the central puzzles in Dravidian languages, and the light verbs and so on are central to all languages in India. Now it is very painful to speak of all this work in the past tense, as it held so much promise for the future. After his passing, when I could, I took a second look at an article of his in the EFL journal in 2010. You see, I had just launched that journal in 2010. Shruti will remember this. And I asked him to put in for its second issue. The first issue consisted of invited papers. I asked him to put in a term paper that he had done for me. I think it was 2002 when he was an MA student. And reading that again, I think Didi has now or is going to upload it. Reading it again, I was struck by its clarity of thought and the diligence that he had brought to it. He was a very diligent worker. This was an experimental piece on the acquisition of scope in 4-year-olds in Telugu. And this reminded me that Rahul had, it was he who found the website to host the EFL journal, and he volunteered to put it online, each issue of it. It was he whom we consulted for our ideas in linguistics. We floated our balloons. We consulted him when we wanted to buy our laptops. He also had a serious interest in cinema. He introduced Quentin Tarantino to us, and we were among the first watchers of The Post, you know, that movie about the Washington Post when it came out, because he asked us to watch it. He knew Carnatic music, and he could also play a tune on his violin. So his sensitivity to language was of a piece with a more general sensitivity and serious interest in art, music, and cinema. Thank you.